pressure from the flag when she's back behind, if I feel like she's pushing on them too much. And then, so in that case, I had already given her a physical response there with my flag as she continued to push in. So I stepped between her and the sheep. So I'm taking the sheep away from her. She can try to get around me if she wants, but I can block all the way over here, and I can block all the way over there. So she's not going to be able to beat me in that situation, or basically she's not going to be able to get a reward from cutting in or trying to ignore the pressure. So I know for sure I'm going to get the result that I'm looking for. She's doing really good. So we cut them down. Usually the big group, they move together as a unit. They're a little bit more intimidating to the dog. And then when you start cutting them down in groups, you'll start seeing more liveliness out of the dog, different things. So just wanted to kind of cut them down to a smaller group and give her that experience. Good girl. Good girl. So just a lot of, again, exposure, getting to see stock, getting to move stock, getting to have a feel for stock, making mistakes. Again, she's going to cut one off. She's going to push too hard. She's going to bite a little bit. This is a breed that was bred to push and bite livestock. So she has to learn when and where she can use her bite. So that's what training stock is for our dogs to learn on. We don't allow dogs to abuse the training stock, but we do know that training stock is going to put up with a certain percentage of bad behavior from young dogs because things just happen. You want to be in a position to keep that from happening as much as you can, but again, it's part of it, unfortunately. So just want to expose her to getting stock out of corners, dealing with fences, dealing with balance, dealing with pressure, responding appropriately to the pressure that I put on her, the pressure that the stock puts on her, and on and on and on and on. And then what we do is we get progressively harder livestock. We ask more of the dog. We start putting commands to what she's doing. And then we get into bigger and bigger areas and asking her to do more and more things. Good girl. So in this situation, she did split one off. I don't think she sees it because she hasn't looked over there. They went towards their friends, so that's going to give her the opportunity to see the other one. I did try to flag her, put a little bit of pressure on her to correct her for that, and then hopefully redirect her to the single. But since I really genuinely think she did not see it, my second option was going to be to take the mini to the few, and then just pick it up on another go around. That does happen from time to time, and it will happen again. So you just deal with each situation as it comes up. Big thing I'll probably be getting on to her about is this heel biting. Heel biting is great when it's needed. Most of the time not going to be needed on sheep. So she needs to learn how to control that. Just because she's back there doesn't mean she needs to move the heels. And in fact, if she'd move up towards the side where she can control the eye and the head of livestock, they would move a lot easier and a lot freer if, they're not getting bitten. Good girl. Good girl. once my sheep are with me, I'm going to put a little pressure on them so that they don't run over me, because I don't want my livestock to ever be pushed up against me. I want her to learn to feel that bubble. So the sheep have a bubble, I have a bubble, which is why I'm explaining to the sheep about my bubble here with my flag. I don't want you guys up on me. I don't need them any closer than that. So anything that she does to push on those sheep and bring them into my bubble, she's going to feel my bubble come into her bubble. If she's just holding the sheep there, which is ideal, she's not going to feel any pressure from me. So pressure to the sheep first to let them know, hey guys, don't run over me, this isn't personal. And then if she doesn't respond by feeling the sheep's bubble, then she's going to feel my bubble. So now's a good time for me to go ahead and add my stop command. I do use the stop. Upright dogs, dogs that don't work with a lot of eye, dogs that don't choose to lie down, I just say stop. You can teach that to an eye breed too, it doesn't matter. So just stop, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to step away from my sheep and call her to me. So she may think that I'm going to try to let her balance off. If she does, I've already told her stop. She doesn't know what that means yet, but she's learning. So any movement gets a verbal correction. If she chooses to lie down, that's fine. I don't care if it's a sit, a stand, or a lie down, as long as all 4 feet are stationary and she doesn't move. So I did give her my stop command. Now I'm going to step aside and call her to me. And again, if she chooses to move, that's when she's going to get a little physical pressure, verbal correction, and re-stop her, and then try again. Oakley.